Hey guys, welcome back for another track guide this week from Red Bull Ring. Running a 52.7% brake bias this week. A little bit further forward than what Jamie's boarded it out, but I will explain as to why I've done that. Thanks guys. Alright, so coming down the main straight here guys, as I said in the intro, I've run my brake bias a lot further forward than what Jamie's put out. I think he put it out at a 50.5, so I've noticed just running it forward, as you probably know, you get a lot more control. So coming up to the first corner here, I think I'm braking pretty much where everyone else is, probably a little bit earlier than what they are, because I'm running so much brake bias, so just before the 100 there. So doing all my braking in a straight line and then trailing off towards the corner. You want to get your trailing off done just as you hit the apex, if not before, and then get pretty hard on the accelerator. So with that corner, it's a little bit tricky. You don't want to hit that right sausage curve, but you do want to maintain just a little bit of acceleration through there just to keep the car steady. It's coming out of that pretty hard on the accelerator. Once you come across into that left sausage curve, yeah, you want to get back on the accelerator pretty hard. So what I was saying is, so I'm running my accelerator, my brake bias forward a fair bit in comparison to what Jamie boarded out, as I've just noticed, like, it'll only take a little bit off your braking distance. Like it'll take a little bit longer just to get the braking done, but you get a lot more control. So you're coming into the corners, you're not twitching all over the place, you're not coming into your apex and overshooting the corner and locking up the tyres and all this sort of stuff. A lot of people are doing that and coming through the corners, still braking, and then they're through the corner and then they start accelerating. You want to be accelerating just before, just on the apex. I've noticed it gets you a lot more speed, but still braking as late as possible. So coming up to the second corner here, just between the 50 and the 150 and the 100. Once again, straight in a straight line, as I always say every week, in a straight line, just brake in a straight line all the way back to second gear. I've overshot the corner a little bit too much here. As I said, I was trying to get on the accelerator a little bit too early, because this is pretty much where I noticed I started picking up a lot of time by getting on the accelerator, even just the tiniest little bit, just to maintain the car and roll it through the corner and keep that speed up there. So coming out of the second corner there, coming out pretty hard. Just watch that curb on the left there. You can spin it. It's so easy to spin it. You'll do it a million times. You won't spin. You'll come out one time and it'll just spin. So just keep that in the back of your mind, that is pretty slippery there. So coming down this nice little back straight here, coming downhill, you've got to remember, coming into this next corner, it is downhill, so you've got all that weight of the car coming into the corner. It's not just like braking in a straight line, or the previous corner where you're braking uphill, so it'll pull you up a lot quicker. Coming down here, it'll take a little bit longer. So I think it's between the 100 and the 150 coming down here. I start braking, so I try to let off. It doesn't show in the telemetry, but I try to let off my accelerator completely and then start braking. With that one I didn't. I've noticed that sort of helps a little bit for some stupid reason as well. So coming all the way back down to second gear here, you want to start braking in a straight line once again, trailing off as you start coming into the corner here. You can probably take a little bit later of an apex, so you get a little bit more distance to brake through this one, but I've just come in and taken that little bit closer line, as you can see there. So once again, starting to accelerate on the apex, and as hard as you can out of there. That's what practice is for, guys. Just accelerate, just practice how late you can brake. Even if you eat shit, just practice how late you can brake and how early you can accelerate. I've noticed that gets a lot of time, just through watching the quicker guys and through, trial and error myself. But coming up to the fourth corner, I think it is here. So between the 50 and the 100, probably a little bit closer to the 50, I've noticed as soon as I get on the brakes, I'll go back down to fourth, and then I've gone back down to third a little bit early here because I've taken a slightly tighter line. A lot of guys will hold this corner out a little bit longer. You can probably switch down to third gear a little bit later than what I have there. But once again, back on the accelerator, as you can see, just a little bit early, and just the tiniest bit of acceleration, and then gradually get back on your accelerator as you come out of the corner as hard as you can. Probably don't drift as wide as what I have here. I don't know, I can't remember if I got a 1x for that one, but yeah, just watch that one. You can drift fairly far wide, but not that far. Where the curb ends there, you want to start braking. Back to third gear, probably go down to third gear a little bit later as well, once again, than what I have, but it seemed to work for me. So through here, you're pretty much on the rev limiter of third and fourth, so you want to pretty much short shift-ish coming out of that corner. Once again, just watch the right curb there. You don't want to drift too far. I think once you put your tyre in the dirt there, that's when you get a 1x. So coming out of there pretty hard, up into fourth, up into fifth, coming down out of here. You can lose got a lot of time out of that previous corner. I still haven't sussed it completely, but that's pretty much the line I've got for the moment. So coming up to, can't remember what corner it is, but once again at the 100, pretty hard under brakes here. So I'm all the way up into 6th gear. As I hit the 100 here, or just before, you want to get pretty hard under brakes. Well, I do, in a straight line once again, 5th, 4th, and then trail into this corner. You can chuck your front right tyre over the curb a little bit just to get yourself around the corner. I've noticed it sort of helps a little bit, and it takes up a little less track. Start drifting across the left here, once again all the way over to the green, and then just before when this red ends on the left here, you want to go back to 3rd gear in a bit more of a straight line and a little bit later into this corner than what I have, but you can take a little bit of that sausage curve. It helps you get around the corner and keep your speed up as well. Once again, you can drift all the way out to the left here on the last corner and accelerate as hard as you can out of there, guys. Just watch that little corner of dirt there. I've spun out a few times out of there. But once again, guys, that's a track guide from Red Bull Ring. Leave us a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know what you think about the video, if you think I'm right or wrong, whatever, in the comments. But once again, thanks, and I'll see you in the race. Cheers, bye.